Gamer Dad podcast, where two dads passionately confess their love for all things video games, as well as explore the current state of being black in America. I'm Brandon.
I'm RJ. Just to get it out of the way so we don't have to do it later, you can catch the Bitter Gamer Dad podcast on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, Google Play, wherever you get your podcast from. We there. We there. Check us out. We also have a website, but don't go there. That's just where we put stuff so it goes to the podcast places. We're trying to do some work.
Our storage.
Effectively. We doing this thing for free, baby. We ain't paying nobody. Subaru Remy, what's up? Remy, how are you doing? Remy, I hope you're doing okay. All right, let's be easy. Be easy, Remy. Let's see what he's got tonight. Let's see what Remy's got. But man, me and Brandon were talking the other day, yesterday to be exact, and there's a lot of stuff going on in the gaming world. A lot of stuff going on in the gaming world. And because we can spend more time talking about Xbox stuff, I'm just going to get it out of the way right now. That Mario 35th anniversary, I am fired up for it. I'm going to play it. It's going to be amazing. And that's it. That's it. All right. Super Mario 64. I already have it multiple times. I'm getting it again. Mario Sunshine. I won it again. Mario Galaxy. I beat that game again like 2 years ago. I'm buying it again. Perfectly fine with it. I don't have any problems with it. Keep rehashing old games as remasters as long as I liked them the first time. Thank you, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. Now we can talk about Xbox.
Did you get the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2?
I didn't, because the nostalgia is so hard. And I want it. I want it, but I want it for the music. I want it for the music and where it'll take me back to. But it's getting picked up. I've heard that it's coming out for Switch at some point. Okay. So I'll probably wait to pick it up on Switch.
Man, I'm not buying another port or remake on Switch. I'm just not doing it.
Remy, thank you for the host, by the way.
I just keep getting burnt or seeing people get burnt with some of these remakes and just how bad games look when they're ported over to Switch.
Yeah, the XCOM port was bad. The XCOM port was so bad that I bought it on PC. I wanted it so bad that I wasted it on Switch. But I'm sure you've played it, like Tony Hawk. Did you day one that thing?
I didn't day one it because I actually forgot that it had came out, and so I got it. Yeah, I forgot that it was coming out, and so I bought it maybe like a day or two later.
Okay.
And I've only played maybe about 3 hours of it.
Yeah.
But man, it's good. It's good. It's difficult because I'm trying to remember the moves and the controls and all of that. So it was a little bit difficult.
Man, Brandon's trying
just adjusting back to it.
He's trying to boot up the game after 15 years and just throw Christ stairs and 900s out for no reason.
For sure, 900s out. I was like, why can't this guy do a 360? Oh no, this is just me. It's just me.
Is it all this? Is it all the same characters? It's Tony Hawk and Bob Burnquist and Bucky Lasek and all those folks.
Yeah. Still the same flavor.
And so
they have the old and the new they hope that Tony Hawk you can get the Tony Hawks from then and then what Tony Hawks look like now.
Okay.
And so there's some cool. Other characters that you can unlock, but like I said, I've only gotten about 2-3 hours in, and then I've really only been playing with the creative player, which I was a bit underwhelmed with the creative player.
Yeah,
because it's just not very
it's not deep enough.
Yeah, not deep enough for the custom. Being able to customize it.
If Madden can give you the same 4 black faces. If Madden can do it, then we can do it in Tony Hawk.
Yeah, man.
There's a part of me that part of me thinks that I'm really going to enjoy it, but another part of me thinks that I would probably just enjoy playing it again on my N64.
Yeah,
I don't know the lasting power of that nostalgia trip compared to me playing Mario again, a full narrative game versus, if you think about how many games we really had to choose from when we were really into Tony Hawk the first time,
Yeah.
Like I don't know if I'm playing Tony Hawk for 40 hours. You know what I mean?
No, it's and for me, it's going to be I'm sitting there looking and like I want to just kill a little time,
Yeah.
but I also like want to listen to music. So a lot of times when I play Tony Hawk's,
Yeah.
I just put headphones in and play Tony Hawk's because it's very casual.
Right. So I might need
And
to
that's
wait.
what I'm using for now.
I might need to wait for the reviews then to see if that port is good.
Yeah.
Because like again, playing on the go and with the music, if it runs well, it could be a solid pickup. If it runs well,
It could be. It could be. It could
It's
be
some
because that could definitely
optimization.
be you know, if people were like on the train to work, you got your Switch playing Tony Hawk's on the train,
go.
headphones in, just kind of
exactly.
getting through the ride.
Exactly.
It's one of those type games.
Tony Hawk was the truth, man. That blue cartridge.
It
was everything.
man.
But Brandon, that's not why we're
It
here.
was.
It's not why we're here, Brandon.
No, it's not. It's about $299 for Xbox Series S.
Series S.
And was it $499 for Xbox Series X?
And
how excited are we?
That's a solid price for next gen. That's a really good price. Have you now that's I mean, all of that came from leaks, and then Microsoft was like, well, I mean, I guess if they leaked it, we may as well tell them.
Yeah.
Have you seen the newest leaks though? That there might be an all digital version Series X, which just as confusing as the other names, might be called the Series V.
No, I have not seen
there might
that.
be a smaller all digital X, because what they're saying is that some of the games that are optimized for Series X will not play on Series S.
Okay.
So there's probably going to be a graphical upgrade all digital system called Series V.
Well, that's the one I want because I am not buying another disc.
Why, dude? Brand new games are $15 cheaper at Walmart off top, dude.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's always a solid deal.
Sometimes I just like having the option. Like I don't like having the disc either, but it's like $60 versus like $45. Yeah. I need to go put my mask on real quick and run into Walmart.
Granted, the Walmart around us is 24/7, but it's like, oh man, I gotta leave my house and then I gotta go stand in the line.
First world problems, dude. First world problems. Are you kidding me?
First, I gotta go ask the guy to open the little case for it so I can get the game.
This episode is over. This episode is over.
It's just a lot that you gotta do to get a physical game.
Oh, I gotta go talk. I gotta leave my house. I gotta put pants on.
Exactly.
Gotta talk to somebody.
And all I have to do is just hit the Xbox button, slide over to the store, and go down and hit a couple times.
Bro, that is worth $15 to me. Okay.
Yeah.
For like depending on the game, that is worth $15 to me. But what does bother me, because I did make that value decision for Call of Duty.
Mm-hmm.
But then you still wind up installing it all anyway.
Yeah, you got to install it anyway.
So that does make me a little butthurt.
And that's how they get you.
That is absolutely.
No matter what, you got to spend at least 3 hours downloading the game.
That is. You don't have to have a. Nah, in my Walmart, you still got to go in there and get them to open the case for
me. In my Walmart, for sure. You definitely have to get the associate to come.
Maybe in Remy's, suburban Walmart, they just let you pick up the cases. But my Walmart, you got to talk to somebody to get, like black hair care products. I mean, I'm going too far. I'm going too far. But no, like you still got to talk to somebody. Now, if you want like, the old games that nobody wants anymore, like Destiny, shots fired, you can just pick that up off the shelf.
Oh, you can. You don't even for $19.99. Probably
that's not even in a security box. Like you could just walk out with that. They're like, bro, we will pay you to take Fallout 76. You take Fallout 76, we will give you another video game. Take one, get one free. Get out of here. Ruby said that's not at Walmart.
You brought up the leaks, and I am really, really big into like phones and phone technology, and so every year we wait around for I wait around, not we. I wait around for the Google Pixel. I'm a huge
that
Android
is
fan.
definitely you. I've been sitting on the same Samsung Galaxy S8 Active since the S8 Active was a year and a half old.
And so what I've started to realize is that Google will drop a leak, which I'm always thinking this is Google doing it. Google will drop a leak.
You think it's them?
And then they'll be like, oh well, I guess since it leaked already, here's the information.
Hey Buzz, what's up, man? How you doing this evening?
So then I was like, I started to think about Xbox, and I'm like, man, how convenient is it that like they have been hounded like in their mentions, like when are we going to get the price?
Right.
Like it's only a month and a half away. Like what's going on?
And it just happens.
It just happens. And then like the closer we get to it, the more pressure is put on PlayStation
to match that price.
And so I don't know who said it, but I either read it or was watching another YouTuber, and they were saying that it would be really interesting that if Sony dropped their price and it didn't match, it was more Xbox could just say, oh well, that was the leaking price, that's not our price, and then just match Sony's price.
Well, I mean, they've confirmed that, like they couldn't roll it back now. They can't roll it back now.
They have confirmed that, but like when it first leaked, that was like a school of thought.
Shots fired though. Like PlayStation can't come out under $499. Like I don't think PlayStation can come out under. They have to. $499 is the cheapest it can be, I believe.
Yeah, for sure.
For how they've positioned themselves, $499 is the cheapest that it can be.
Yeah, I mean, because otherwise, this would just be a second gen, or this would be a Xbox switching places with Sony this generation.
Right.
Because last generation, Sony came up.
Yeah.
Shorting out Xbox. And
well, Xbox, man. We've talked about it, but Xbox misplayed the whole thing. Like, hey, you got to have this camera too. Everybody was like, but I don't want that camera though.
Right. And the camera really wasn't even that great.
They gave up on it. They did the right thing.
Yeah,
they did the right thing.
They did, man. They did.
But no, leaks are, and I mean, Nintendo had their leaks as well. So I don't know if that's just par for the course now, but there's so many leakers that you can't trust any of them either.
Yeah.
Like there's like somebody's uncle who works at Nintendo, or my dad's friend who's on the board at Microsoft. Those recess stories that we used to hear back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know. I don't really give much validity to the leaks anymore because there's a new one every day.
Yeah. For sure.
If we believe the leaks, Master Chief would have been in Smash Brothers, like Goku would have been in Smash Bros.
Yeah, we're still waiting for Goku to get into Smash.
Bro, it is not going to happen.
I haven't even cut Smash on in maybe since 2019.
Dude, that was like 30 years ago. 2019 was 30 years ago.
Man, it feels like it. Like this year is going super fast and super slow at the same time.
We're time traveling, baby. We have figured out time travel.
Yeah,
it is. I don't know. As soon as I saw that price, I was like, "My man Brandon's getting that. He's all over it."
all over it. In my mind, I was like, "Oh, I need $600 for Xbox."
Yeah.
Now I can just put that extra money over to a new game.
Exactly.
And I'll have a couple dollars left over, and I can put that to another game.
My man's gonna buy a tech demo. He's going to buy a tech demo that he's going to play for like 10 hours and never touch it again. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Dude,
Man, super excited. I'm so excited for this new Xbox.
I think holiday's going to be solid. I think electronics holiday-wise is going to be good. Damn, we could only get that the second little stimulus check. You know what I'm saying?
Man. Do we really want to talk about it? Like, it is a struggle that we've gone through.
Oh, the struggle bus is full and it is out of gas.
Yeah. Like we're all on the side of the road, like with our fingers up,
like somebody's walking by. We're like,
over here.
Like I'll take a piggyback ride at this point. Like you don't even need to have a car.
God damn, $1,200 for 7 months.
Hey man,
6 months. It's ridiculous.
2020, man. Hindsight.
Yeah.
What do you
And
do?
I keep looking up like all of the stuff that Canada's doing. I'm like, man, it's so cold in Canada, but
it's too cold, bro. Okay, all right. Can we just dip our toe in for a second? These are the things that have got me fired up in the past like 36, 48 hours. One,
okay,
like the entire West Coast is on fire.
Crazy.
And San Francisco's like, yeah, we finna play football here. What? What? Like, bro, the entire coast is on fire, and you were trying to play football. NFL starts last night. We have a moment of silence for because people were getting murdered. Newsflash. People booed. Like, how do you boo that? Like, what is your problem? Like, dude, like if we were talking about it earlier tonight. I'm like, yo, if you were really that mad about politics being on the news every night, go to sleep. This is an election year. Like, it was gonna happen anyway. If you're that mad about it, do something. Like, you want everybody else to just be quiet and stop talking about it. Why don't you stop listening? Get a hobby. Go knit.
For sure.
Like, learn how to swim. Do anything. But the athletes have decided this is what they want to talk about. So if you really don't like it, go find something else to do. I'm sure you can make up a new game.
Yeah.
And everybody will just watch it.
For sure.
It just.
I mean, what did they expect? Like, an NFL has been course correcting all 2020. Like, like you go into a game that's what 90% black. And
Exactly.
I mean, at this point, people just have to remember that they have choices here.
Bro, it's in tennis.
You have a choice too.
It's in tennis. All right, we're getting social statements in tennis. Like, all the white ladies on the United States women's national soccer team are taking a knee. What did you think was going to happen in the NFL?
Exactly.
You had the past 2 months to watch NBA and see how it was going to go down. And you thought the NFL was going to do nothing? Bro,
yeah.
Like, Roger Goodell said that Colin Kaepernick was right. Go to bed. Yeah. Like, what are you mad about? NASCAR said that the Confederate flag wasn't welcome there. Bro, you are on the wrong side of history right now. Go to sleep. Like,
Indeed.
And then we got
God, man, 2020 is going to have us looking foolish as a history.
And then we got recordings of Donald Trump not being an idiot in private, and I just don't know what to do with my life.
Yeah,
that's the end of my rant.
But you know, the great thing that came out of this is Colin Kaepernick is in Madden now.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to the NFL, Colin Kaepernick.
Welcome back, Cap. Rest in peace, your career.
Jesus, man.
It is unbelievable. 2020 is unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be the 25th anniversary.
What kind of empty gesture is that? Like, they removed him from the game. They removed Colin Kaepernick from the game when he was a free agent. And
now he's back in when he's like effectively like forcibly retired from the league.
Right. I mean, thank you. Like, what the hell, NFL, man?
Thanks. I mean, Cam Newton's going to be the starting quarterback for the Patriots. Hooray!
And Tom Brady's in Tampa Bay. Like, what is going on right now?
This is some Solomon Grundy, like Bizarro, like Crisis on Infinite Earth, Bizarro. Man. We are not on Earth Prime right now. Okay,
this is not at all.
This is some Infinite Earth stuff going on.
And how close is that asteroid to hitting us? Like, can it come soon enough? Jesus.
Oh, guys, this is what happens when we do podcasts at night. This is what happens, man.
And I'm not even drinking.
Both of us are drinking water. Yo, it's wild. It's wild. 2020 is crazy.
Yeah.
2020.
Well, I mean,
Remy saying Infinite Earth, I got this Infinite Henny. Oh, well, we don't need Remy on stream. No special guest tonight.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know. It's a really interesting time. It is a really interesting time. Like I said, this is supposed to be Mario's 35th anniversary. We can't even be happy about it.
No, not at all. I mean, we are sliding into the Techtober and Techtember again off with a bang. But then we can't even really enjoy it because our president is admitting that he knew how big the coronavirus was.
He knew.
Like,
He knew.
Like, he didn't have the numbers in front of him. He was like, we were just going to ignore these.
A man knew, and then said, "Nah, it's a hoax. One day it'll just poof, it'll go away."
Yeah.
He knew. It's crazy. And I just, what's sad to me, Brandon, what's sad to me is that it doesn't actually matter.
Nah.
Because the people that don't like the dude already don't like the dude. And the people that like the dude,
are going to ignore
they don't care. So it doesn't matter. Brandon and I we were pre-conferencing the other day, and I said to Brandon, like, the quote, he said, I could shoot somebody and I wouldn't lose a vote. And Haman was right. He was 100% right.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody could heckle Donald Trump at a campaign rally, and he could just blast somebody right in the head. And people would be like, "Hey, man, they shouldn't disrespect the office of the president. That's what happens."
Right.
It doesn't matter. We're not living in a factual world anymore. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. And somehow I'm laughing about that right now.
I mean, honestly, I feel like just the emoji. Like, what are we going to do about this? I mean,
well, Brandon, what everybody's going to do is they're going to vote for Trump Light and the representation of the broken criminal justice system, because somehow that's better than Donald Trump and Mike Pence. This is America. Don't catch you slipping, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to vote for them. I mean, just because nothing can be worse than this. I mean, as I say that.
Why would you say that? Bro, come on now. I mean, I don't know.
I'm just banking on this asteroid coming saving us.
And all I'm saying is this. Like, all I know is this. We're going to out Brandon right here in public. Brandon ain't trying to pay a dime back to Sally Mae.
Not a dime.
Probably just need to go ahead and drop that vote for Trump and wish on an asteroid so the world can go ahead and end, so that you could just get that wish done. All right, that's Brandon's like, what's worse that could happen? Sally Mae about to come knocking on your door. Like, bro, you about to drop this vote right now. What would you do?
Man.
Sally Mae's like, hey, we'll give you loan forgiveness. You voting for Trump?
Nah, I'm still not doing it. I don't care about those loans anyway.
Remy said RJ and Brandon 2020. See us in 24. See us in 24. We got to get ready.
Bro, they not voting for a white woman. They definitely not voting for two black men.
Hey, man, why not? We could waste somebody's time.
Ain't happening.
I mean, if Kanye's on the ballot, we can do it, Brandon.
Nah. They will drum up a whole bunch of things that we did in our past.
Yep.
That we did not do.
Yeah, it will probably be the did not do. Blame me for something I did do. Yo, how was the Justice Department defending the president against rape accusations? Bro, we were talking about video games. Never mind. Like, wait a minute. How was the United States government defending? Never mind. Yo, it's busted. Marcus Jeffers in the chat on Facebook. What's good?
Hey, man. Welcome.
I say we can afford to waste somebody's time for the next 4 years. Shit, it's about to be our time that's wasted. Like, let's not play.
For sure. We just officially hit $3 trillion in deficit. I think that was today.
No, just print more money, right? That's how it works in my house, right? Whenever I run out of money, I just print more money.
That's true. We just spend more money. Like,
I mean,
that's the key to life.
People not know that. Like, that's how money works. It doesn't mean anything. You just make more. Except for when the people need it. We don't give any to them. Like, they can figure it out. Man. But anyways. But that PlayStation, though, they got Spider-Man, Brand.
They do have Spider-Man.
And Miles Morales Spider-Man makes me want that, like, more than that. Like, because, and again, all right, fanboy hard on me here. Like, just give it to me. The potential lack of games for the Xbox makes me willing to slow play picking it up.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if there's really that killer app that I need, like, that launched, like, I gotta have it. Like, Infinite might have been that game for a lot of people. I don't know what Xbox game comes out and you're like, bro, I need to go ahead and come up off this so I can get the Series X so I can play Like I don't know what to finish that sentence with.
Yeah. I mean, again, I think I've said it here before, but I'm getting it so that my loads take 12 seconds. Like, I am sick and tired of waiting to play games. Like, I don't want to do that anymore.
Yeah.
Like, we have SSDs, we have really fast RAM
transfer
and
speed,
CPUs and GPUs. Like, I shouldn't be waiting a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes to let this game load up.
I'm looking at waiting on it too. But Brandon, I mean, I just bought graphics cards, so I'm not going to be on the front edge of this one. But those that 3060, 3070, 3080 though, those new graphics cards, those things are looking spicy.
Yeah,
and they got some good prices on them too, compared to the.
And they have some good prices,
really good prices compared to the 2080.
I don't even need a new computer, but for that price, I mean.
Dude, Brandon,
money is made to be spent,
and when you run out, you just print more. I don't know. Like I saw the announcement, and like I put a 2060 in the box when we upgraded. And I was kind of like, you know what? Like I'm good with this 2060. And then I saw the announcements, and like part of me was kind of upset. Like, but it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah,
we're streaming good. Games are playing good. I'm like, we just picked up the AOC monitors, and like these are holding up. I think these monitors are like really solid. Like,
I like them a lot.
I don't need a 3080 for these monitors. Like if we're gonna push it like 2K, 4K, then yeah, but I don't care all that much.
For sure.
And we're bitter gamer dad. Like, come on now. It's not like I'm really, trying to get esports in there.
Yeah. I mean, for the competitive side, when I'm playing like Call of Duty and stuff, I'm like, I do want the best refresh rates and milliseconds, and I need it to be low. Yeah. Because I certainly noticed a difference from like cutting the G-Sync on. I think it's G-Sync on this monitor. Like cutting that on and playing without it. Like there's a difference.
Well, I mean, because everybody needs to have the best graphics card in the world when they're playing Fall Guys.
Right. Hey man, you got to make those jumps. Like that screen tearing and that jump will mess you up.
Somehow that game is so dumb. The game is so dumb, and I still love it though. I'm like, still getting. Like,
you still been playing it as much?
Yeah, I mean not as much because I went hard on it that first week. I went super hard on it. Like I still play
60 hours in 3 days.
Bro, it was nuts. Okay, like it was nuts. Like not that nuts, but it was nuts. Like I still play it. There were a couple days because I started my new job on Monday or Tuesday. There were a couple days that like my computer didn't turn on, and like Jess was like, "I think your computer is going to think something's wrong because it's been off for like a day and a half, 2 days." But like I'm
going to go through some sort of abandonment issue.
Right. My computer's going to need therapy. But no, I still I'll pop in. I think that's what I do still enjoy about the game, that I can like load it up, I can check the shop, I can play a few games and just go do something else. I think like on the bitter gamer dad side of things, like that, those are like games you can just pick up and play for a minute. I think those are the best ones. Like you don't have to commit hours.
For sure. And Tony Hawk's is going to be that for me. Yeah. I mean, and so like what did I?
Tony
like
Hawk
the PlayStation
out of here. Just the music is just, it brings me places.
Yeah. So the PlayStation the PlayStation Plus had the Street Fighter 5 for free as well as the PUBG for free this month. And I was like, okay, like, all right, maybe I can like have Street Fighter can be like, I love Street Fighter.
Yeah.
So like maybe that can be like my like just go to. And then I cut that joke on. I'm like, man, Street Fighter is so complex now.
Yeah. I mean,
like it's insane, like how difficult that game is.
For like a casual player, it is way complex, like way complex. I can't. What was the Street Fighter on PS3? I think that was the last one I really tried to put time in.
Street Fighter 4?
Was that just 4?
I think so. I'm not.
There was like Street Fighter X Tekken, and there was another one that came out, but I think it might have been Street Fighter 4. And I was like, I remember putting in time. I actually had a fight stick for that one, and then one day I just stopped playing. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't care about like canceling moves, doing all this frame perfect stuff. Like, I don't care about it.
Right. And I mean, that's what was really like freaking me out, was like, wait, I can like start a Hadouken, cancel it, go into a combo, cancel that combo, go back to a Shoryuken, and I'm like, oh.
When did all of this happen?
Yeah.
But then you want to fight online, and like, don't. That's like, I'm not trying to get work like that. Like, I don't want the work.
No, not at all. Like I was struggling against like this, like, don't you know, like a new challenger has entered. Like, I was struggling against him. He was blocking all of my combos. I'm like, yeah, I'm not as good at this as I remember. And I'm like, I'm just gonna cut this off now.
It just that brings me back to when we first started playing Smash Ultimate. Mm-hmm. Like, before they patched it, like, wasn't everybody was getting bodied by the new characters in Ultimate? Like, the new character approach is like, all right, man, I'm about to unlock this. What? How did this dude just zero to death me? Like, this? How are we losing the computer players here?
It's tough, man. It's tough.
I mean, would you agree that's got to be one of the most embarrassing things in a video game, to just get worked by AI?
Oh, for sure. It takes me, like, it's so traumatic that it reminds me of my cousin beating me up in a corner, and I'm like, let me out the corner, let me out the corner.
It's just, I mean, it's, and like, there's no one watching you, but you just feel shame. Like, for sure. in honor of the new Mulan movie, I'm gonna quote Mushu. It's like, dishonor on you, dishonor on your cow. Like, you lost to a PC player, dishonor on your whole family. Man.
It's crazy. It's crazy. God, I just triggered myself thinking about not being let out the corner.
Dude, I mean, it's like, you know, back in the day, Mortal Kombat 2, you got somebody just spamming low kick, and you're like, yo, stop. Like,
right.
Stop. And you learn the buttons, and then you start working people, and then you become a god in the neighborhood. Then you think you're awesome until you see somebody that actually is good at the game.
And then you think, like, wait, that's how the character's supposed to be played?
Exactly. Like, shoot, I was just using Scorpion, doing teleport kick back and forth.
Right. That reminds me. Remember that video I sent you of the guy playing last Breath of the Wild?
Yes.
And like, how dope! Like
it was perfect.
Movement.
It was cinematic. It was perfect.
And so, like, I remember watching other people on YouTube thinking, like, oh man, this game looks incredible. And then I watched that, and I'm like, oh, that's what it's supposed to look like.
Yeah, when you're good, that's what it looks like to be good.
Like, that's what it looks like. Like, and the same thing, like playing Ghost and then watching someone else play Ghost, and then watching them like perfect dodge and perfect parry, and I'm like, oh, okay, so you can really like fight through like 20 people and like not get hit.
Yeah,
and me, like, I'm getting like punched across the screen.
You're like brute forcing.
Yeah.
Oh man, what else was going on gaming wise? Because
gaming news wise, I mean, so like the Apple stuff, and like I don't know like a lot about what's going on with Apple and like their aversion to like Stadia and xCloud, and
but they don't want there to be any other distribution on their devices.
Yeah.
They want a cut of every single dollar that's spent. They want a cut of it.
Right.
Like I kind of like that Epic pushed back, but then Epic's been like begging to try to roll it back because Epic is losing money now.
Yeah, for sure.
And yo, as a side, Brandon, I'm working with elementary school kids now.
Mm-hmm.
What is so amazing about Fortnite for real? Like they love it.
Honestly, it keeps up with like just the trend of like really everything.
It's not a good game to me.
Yeah, but like you're able to do so many other things inside of Fortnite. Like I think a lot of those kids, like, they want to win.
Yeah.
but like winning may not be a main focus. It may be like, oh, I get the game with my friends. I get to have all these like Wolverine and Storm and
Okay.
Magneto and like
Okay.
Batman and Thor and Black Panther and
That's perspective. Oh, rest in peace, Chad, man.
yeah, rest in peace, Chad.
Yeah, that's terrible news. Thanks, 2020.
Man, that hit hard.
Yeah.
That hit hard.
I mean, it shows how much of a boss he was, though, to be doing all that stuff. Like, wow.
Yeah, for sure.
Just like
for
quietly
sure,
dealing with that. Sorry to jump in with that there.
No, because honestly, I would have felt bad if we got through the podcast and we did not mention, the impact that he's had.
Representation
just as like a very strong actor.
Representation is important.
Absolutely. I mean, he was just such a great actor, and I really enjoyed, the majority of his movies, and then him playing Black Panther, which I thought was phenomenal.
Yeah.
For me, it's in my tops. It's in my top. I really
in the
enjoyed Black
MCU.
Panther.
It's a solid standalone movie.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, in the sea of all these interconnected stories, that movie can stand strongly by itself.
Yeah.
And it respects so many cultures. And
sure.
In my opinion, it probably had one of the better bad guys in the MCU.
Yeah, I thought so too. I thought like the bad guy like genuinely had a good story.
Like Killmonger was solid. Like that was a solid narrative told the whole way. And Brandon was, what is your vote? What do they do with what do they do for the next phase? Do they pass it to Shuri?
Yep, pass it to Shuri.
That's the move?
Yep. That's the move. Because I believe she takes the mantle as Black Panther for a little bit anyway.
Yeah.
Like I think in the comics.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a story to be told there.
For sure. I think she takes it. I don't know how they play off, what they do with.
Hey Chuck, how you doing? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how they would pass, like how they're going to pass the story.
Yeah.
But
I don't know either. I mean, they could just have it where like he gets sick and he dies or something like that.
But I also do like the fact that Disney is being respectful of the life of a real person. Yeah. And at least publicly, they're not trying to figure out, okay, well, how are we going to keep this cash cow going?
Right.
Like they're slow playing what they think the next move is commercially, and I think that's very respectful of them as a company.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, because I really don't know how it would work with them just recasting that role.
Absolutely not. You can't Don Cheadle that one. I'm sorry. I sit up because I feel so strongly about that. You cannot do the Terrence Howard, Don Cheadle on that one. Nah.
Yeah, which I honestly didn't like either of them as Warhammer.
I liked Terrence Howard less.
I really didn't like Terrence Howard.
Okay, all right, we're on the same page. And
yeah, I really don't like Terrence Howard probably as an actor. Like,
well, Hustle and Flow wasn't bad.
Something about him I don't really enjoy.
And Chuck, thank you for the congratulations. Week 1 is in the books on the whole like RJ's kind of an elementary school teacher type deal. We're having fun with it. We're having fun with it. But that went through. He was not a good roadie to me.
Yeah.
I like Don Cheadle a little bit better than I liked Terrence Howard.
Yeah.
But I mean, Tony Stark as Iron Man was amazing. Okay?
For sure. Absolutely.
And just Black Panther flipped the game on its head. That you could take a movie, set it in Africa, and like make like in one movie have $1 billion franchise.
Yeah.
On a movie based off of Black people in Africa.
Right.
And like not have
honestly, it. I would love to see more movies like about Africa, set in Africa. I would love to see more movies about that.
And if I can add a caveat to the end of that, I would like to see those exact same movies, but not have them set up in some like America consumerist trauma. Like, oh, look at these downtrodden Africans type way.
Absolutely.
Like that's one of the things that I did like about Black Panther, that it was a celebration of culture. Not like for me, the juxtaposition of the credit scene where Wakanda is now out in the open and all the UN people are scoffing like, what is your country going to provide us? And T'Challa kind of smirks like, little do you know. Like, I would like to see more of that. Not like, I had this thought the other day, Brandon, that when folks are thinking about Africa or any country in Africa, they're thinking about Nigeria or Ethiopia or anything like not Egypt. It's Africa.
Yeah.
And I was wondering, for how many people does that logic still continue for like South America? Like, 'cause I feel like Brazil's.
I'm sure a great deal.
Like, I feel like Brazil stands on its own. Like maybe Argentina stands on its own. But like a lot of South American countries, it's just South America. Like they don't have their own identity. But like North America, like no one refers to North America like that. It's Canada, or it's the United States. You know, it's,
I'm sure Central America probably gets it too. Like it's Mexico. Like you think of Central America, and
it's all Mexico.
I'm thinking it's Mexico.
And so it's just like I was just thinking about that culturally from an American perspective, like how we are able to minimize entire countries to their continent.
Yeah.
While like screaming from the top of the mountains, USA.
For sure. And honestly, I as I thought more about, like, we look at Asia and we have like China.
Like most people see Asia as China.
You see it as China, not to forget that like the entire Middle East is a part of the Asian continent.
Like we got India. Like India's got like a whole bunch of people out there. Like
indeed, and like it doesn't get grouped into, oh, that's India. It's
whatever happened to everything we learn in social studies.
Man, that gets thrown out the door when you get to high school.
And then you do your American government class. No one actually pays attention to that. It doesn't actually teach you about the government at all. All of that information gets thrown away. And then everyone that's forgotten about American civics then votes. New topic.
Yeah. They vote based on the color.
Are we talking about red versus blue, or are we talking about skin? I don't know. What are we talking about?
Both. Mostly probably red versus blue.
The only red versus blue I'm down with is Halo. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the only red versus blue I'm down with. You guys can accept that video game reference, or you can go Google it if you have no clue what I'm talking about. If you're listening to the podcast after the fact, just pause it and come on back. Oh man. But now I'm interested in what other shadow drops, because like Nintendo Shadow dropped a prequel to Breath of the Wild. I don't know if you saw that. And so like I found it interesting that in this world of leaks, like that didn't leak. That Nintendo had a whole nother Zelda game that was coming out this year. I think that's kind of cool. But then I look at,
honestly, you just telling me about that is me finding out. So breaking news to me.
And then there's that Avengers game that people seem to not like a whole lot. It seems to be like a big grind fest. It's just like, it seems like there's a lot of cool tech in the game, but it's not a good game. I don't know if that's a gross oversimplification, but that's all off of the reviews that I've read. There's some cool things in the game, but the game's not good.
Yeah. I mean, it's all of the worst parts about the original Destiny and all of the worst parts about Anthem wrapped in a Marvel skin.
That's even worse than I thought. That is even worse than I thought.
It's so hard to just say, like, don't buy the game. I mean, for people to not buy the game, it's so hard for that to happen, because like people are really genuinely fans of
Marvel,
Marvel and the Avengers, and so they want to like live out that story.
But it's a grind fest, like to level up.
But it's a grind fest, and then like you got to put real money into it to to get like some of these costumes, and then like you got the stuff with the Spider-Man, and like people are arguing like, well, why is that a big problem? Because I'm paying full price for a game and I don't get the full game.
Right. Another console has additional content. Yeah.
Like that's a problem for me.
And it's Spider-Man. It's not like PlayStation got Dazzler. Sorry to all the Dazzler fans out there. Sorry to all the Jubilee fans out there from 1990s X-Men. This is Spider-Man, like front and center. Spider-Man.
And it's not like we were given like someone else, like Xbox was given someone else to kind of take that place of not getting Spider-Man.
Right.
Like if we got Thor, and Thor was only on Xbox, and then they got Spider-Man, and Spider-Man was only on PlayStation.
I still feel like Xbox would have come out ahead there.
I'm like
Thor. I feel like Thor is it's huge.
But it's Spider-Man.
Oh, okay. All right. We are like right before the hour mark, Brandon. I think we could take this out for another 5 minutes, just on this one last topic. Okay. So PlayStation has gotten Spider-Man. Who do you think would be a good pickup for Xbox?
Wolverine.
You think that would be a fair trade?
Yeah. Wolverine. Like he's like Spider-Man was.
Is Wolverine not in the game at all?
Wolverine? No, he's not in the game at all. I don't think.
Dang. Fresh. Spider-Man is like front and center.
Yeah.
So who else would I think would be a good trade-off? Spider-Man. I guess an X-Men would be good.
Yeah, it would have to be like another like temporary member of the Avengers.
Yeah.
I guess always, you're Avenger, you're always an Avenger, but like Spider-Man is a
Spider-Man is huge.
Spider-Man is huge. You need another like A-level,
but he's his own story. I feel like Wolverine is like a part of the X-Men. Like I don't know who's another solo act that I feel like could pull in.
Yeah. But Wolverine was a part of the Avengers, and he had like a story as to. Yeah, he really is.
That's what
for me. Wolverine is the Batman of Marvel. Like I want as much as I can get on Wolverine, as long as Hugh Jackman doesn't play young Wolverine.
I don't understand your like just legitimate dislike for Hugh Jackman as Wolverine.
Hugh Jackman's like 6'3". Like they did no karate, like no real martial arts. Wolverine's a martial arts expert. Like Wolverine is 5'3".
Yeah, Wolverine is small. He's small.
And then like Wolverine also weighs like with the adamantium, like weighs like 200 tons or something like that. Yeah. Like he's heavy. Like
and he gets thrown around.
They treated him as like anyone could just go and like knock him around. Like no person punching him or shooting him is like really going to impact them. And it was just like really inconsistent.
Well, let's see if we can agree on this. I don't know if anyone was done justice in those X-Men movies.
Except for Charles Xavier.
Even then, they still kind of lowballed him. Like Professor X.
Yeah, but that's the story though. Like I just think the story was just so bad. What was the name of the director for that? Oh, his name is like right on the tip of my tongue, but
I don't know. I could look it up.
The story was bad, and then I just like the fighting scenes were bad. It was just a lot wrong with those X-Men. And I thought the new ones were a little bit better, but
Bryan Singer.
They still kind of followed Bryan Singer. Yeah.
Well, I feel like they did a lot of weird stuff with ages and like who was doing as like a person that watched read the comics or watched the cartoons and stuff like that. I'm looking at like Rogue as a like teenager maybe.
Yeah.
And I just always I was like, Rogue's a grown woman.
Right.
Like she's not some little girl getting saved by Wolverine. Like I felt like she was the same age, if not a little bit older than Cyclops.
Right.
They're all around the same age.
Yeah.
I always did like Rogue. I did not like how she was depicted. I felt like they did her a disservice a huge disservice
Mm-hmm.
in those.
Because it was a girl from that vampire show.
True Blood.
True Blood. Yes, thank you.
Now I need to go to bed. We had a True Blood reference in 2020 on the Bitter Gamer Dads podcast. It's a wrap.
Honestly, True Blood wasn't too bad though. Like it got a little wonky like towards the end of it. Like the first few seasons.
No, Brandon. What made that show good was how bad it was. Okay, like the
I don't know.
to me, I felt the show was a terrible show that didn't take itself seriously and leaned into how bad it was, which like made it good. Like it leaned into the campiness of itself.
Yeah.
What is her name? I need to find her.
I don't know her name.
Rogue. Anna Paquin?
Yeah, that's it.
I feel like there was something like more famous than that. And I'm gonna go look at that because I feel
she's been in a couple of stuff.
She's been in a good bit of stuff.
Yeah.
Buffalo Soldiers. Joan of Arc. Okay, all right.
Oh, I've never seen that.
All right, whatever.
Even though I did have to study Joan of Arc when I was at Lynchburg as my women in religion class.
I'm sure you remember everything that you learned about.
I do not.
Exactly. Welcome to American education.
For sure.
Brandon, we're right at that hour mark, man.
Yeah.
And we've talked about True Blood. I think we're done.
We did.
I think we're done. Folks, we dropped where you could find the podcast earlier in the episode. If you somehow accidentally stumbled on this, I have no clue how you got to this corner of the internet, but welcome. It's the Bitter Gamer Dads podcast with me, RJ, and Dr. Wing Chun Brandon over here. We're going to get out of here. It's been real. Until next time, y'all. GG.
GG's.